Very well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another cast with trend following, home run hitting. Just kidding, Tyson. No, I'm not kidding about the home run hitting part, but I'm just having fun with you guys. So happy Cinco de Mayo Day weekend, happy holidays, happy Kentucky Derby, happy playoffs. You guys enjoy the weekend before we get back to trading on trading sessions Monday. So let's just bring in this March analysis so we know where we should be, where we shouldn't be sitting at. And the thing about this process, this trend following, and the way we do this, we're just learning from the greats. We're just listening to what the greats have to say, and we're just mimicking them, and hopefully we find some success, or we can get somewhere near the people that we're trying to be similar to, or that we want to be like, or that we admire in this field, so to speak. Okay, so let's bring in a quote from none other than one of the best of all. You know, when you're talking about the best, it depends on what criteria you're talking about. We're talking about the success we had using trend following process, from what amount of capital and things like that in that nature. And of course, Stanley Druckenmiller is a trading partner or a close associate of Larry Hite, one of the George Soros, one of the biggest trend followers in history. You know, this is a very successful field. So let's take up something from Stanley Druckenmiller before we jump into the trend picture. The way to build superior long-term returns is through preservation of capital and home runs. When you have tremendous conviction on a trade, you have to go for the juggler. It takes courage to be a pig. The way to build superior long-term returns is through preservation of capital and home runs. Let's preserve capital. Let's hit home runs. The way to hit home runs in this field, in this trend following aspect field, so to speak, is to be sitting in the right places when stocks are going from 0 to 50 or from 2 to 20, and we're sitting inside those big moves. So when you look at a pretty chart and you say, God dog it, that chart looks wonderful, as we've seen the beautiful uptrend and the rise in price and the direction, and so to speak. Well, when you see those beautiful charts, we have been sitting in those charts, maybe not for the whole ride, but for a large fraction of that chart, we've been sitting in it, and those are our points. We need those points to be our points. So let's keep hitting these home runs, and we'll get to some home runs right now. Thank you from that quote from Druckenmiller, one of the best in this trend following field. And remember, we're just trying to mimic greatness, okay? Let's start off with something. So ENPH, speaking of home runs, let's just dibble and dabble into something really swiftly. There's a few home runs on this cast. If you go back, you know, this show's been on here for a while, and we're talking about following trends for big moves. Okay, so those big moves can be, it depends on your time frame. Sometimes mine's a little bit shorter. Winning positions can go from 3 months to a year or 2 years. So we're gonna look at some winners that we've showed on the show last year, about maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago, about a year ago, that could still be that are still winners today, and that just depends on how long you're willing to hold these winners. But technically, trend following, you hold those big moves until those big moves have concluded. We just don't trade price for price and level for level. Okay, so ENPH, guys, take a look at this. Take a look at how long ago this was published. Understand, April 19th, 2018. All right, and this was for me when we start trend following for big moves with easy entries off the trend line. My entry was 208. I had made an entry off this thing when I barely seen this thing starting to lift off. Okay, home run. Okay, so let's do something really fast. So I'm showing you guys, this was you guys know I publish ideas, make an idea, and then just to show my edge. Okay, let's say if we were trading in this way, what would happen if we see this move happening? Let's see what happens if we take this entry, and we like to make proof that we were making entries. Just made an entry to this trend from my first entry in March at 208, took profits at 495. Stock is on a rebound support, long reopened at 445. Okay, for the move through 5. Okay, and above. Look, all right, so there it is. All right, so let's update that. All right, let's see if that really was a winner, quote unquote. Okay, all right, so that ENPH, you guys saw how long ago that was. Let's see what we're dealing with here, if we're trend following for big points or not, if we are who we say we are, if we're doing what we say we are doing. All right, so pan this baby in. Look how far we got to go back to get to the price level that we originally were looking at And what did that thing say that we were trend following for home runs, for big points? Is this not, or is this a home run from a trend following aspect, from any trading aspect? I mean, is this a home run, or is this not a home run? All right, we're talking about, we're noticing a trend line, stocks barely lifting off the tarmac, starting to get some ground. Is this a home run or not? This entry at 205. Look at the price of this stock now, darn near $14. Okay. All right, so this is you're talking about edge and talking about following trends. You're talking about big points. We didn't know this was going to be a home run. We just look at the structure of how the signals that we take. We know how stocks, the trajectory and the format and how things look when they're getting ready, when they could be possibly home runs, and we take entries, and what do you have? Voila. So ENPH, and the reason that we were looking at this thing was it was rounding. Remember, this is one of our main structures, and we thought even though price was rounding, and we all know if price is rounding to the upside, what does that mean? The structures like to mimic, and we were just looking at prices over here to the left, wondering how much we can knock down, and look how much we have covered here. Okay, so tremendous home run. ENPH, that's still good for longs now, and just goes to show you this process is just what Stanley Druckenmiller just said. Let's preserve capital and hit home runs like that. Okay, APPS looks darn similar to ENPH, which is reason why I'm long both. Okay, so APPS, you see my long here, and let me show you something else about this quote-unquote edge thing that we're talking about. Okay, here we are. So same thing with ENPH. I did this one. Remember, this is March 10th of 2019. Okay, of this stock right here, APPS. So what do we say? I'm long here, 305, very bullish momentum. Does the trend continue? And that was, we were looking at this overhead thing, and let's just see how good this thing worked out. Okay, so we're waiting for these new bars to load up. Finish loading the new bars, and that was, remember, this was our point here, ladies and gentlemen, and the trend just looks so textbook here. So of course this is a winner. Of course we know what we're talking about. Of course we're having proof that our edge and our trend following process is to take these entries and let these patterns continue to work. So of course, home run there again, not necessarily a home run yet, but just to show that we know exactly what we're doing here, and we're just going to keep following this process. So APPS long, you guys know I'm long this beast. You guys have been long this beast if you were trading with me, whatever have you. But APPS, man, at the top of this thing, new 52s kind of up here in this corner. I don't know how much it's going to cover. I'm long for the ride, man. I would be watching out during earnings. I took a small profit on DBD, got some pullback during earnings, and I'm outside of that thing now. But beautiful stuff here, APPS. This goes to show you, when you see this trajectory, take your longs. And if anybody that follows me on Twitter knows, one of my favorite things, quote unquote, to say is don't question. This is for all the people that I don't want to call anyone out at, any names or anything like that, but I'm not going to say any losers, but the people that just really kind of baffle me with the way that they go through trading. But I mean, I don't like to question price. If price says that it's going somewhere and it has a clear direction, I just like to take it long. So congrats to anybody that's long on OMER, as this thing is just, that trajectory is just, the stock's just on the tear. So good stuff here on OMER. I like this thing long to continue tearing up this chart. I don't know how much it's going to cover. Remember how many times we've seen prices decline like this and come back and re-rally and retake back all this chart, so to speak. So we're taking prices over to the left. So OMER, I like it long with a stop below this area here, just in case things get funky. But that thing's textbook. All right, so you should be long OMER. We've been talking about that one. Let's look at this flowers 1-800-Flowers thing, get this show rolling, and we're gonna make sure that we're sitting in the places we should be, and who gives a darn about the places we should not be sitting in. We're not worried about where we shouldn't be, because when we notice a loser, we get out of our losers, and we should just have like a royal flush, a hand, when we're done dealing with all these losers and going through our process, however long it takes us to delete some of these things, our hand should be a royal flush at the end of the day, because we should be holding on nothing but home runs, stocks that are showing us momentum and upside. Okay, And the losers should be nowhere in sight. You should have been cut them. That should leave you with a hand full of winners. That's why I said royal flush. Okay, this is not okay. I know some people are growing, but we all know this could be a very profitable. Let's fire our bosses. This is like one of the best businesses in the world, if you ask me. All right, you're making money. You can open your platform. You can make money anytime you want. You don't have a boss looking over your shoulder, and you can the amount of quote unquote money that could be made here. If we look at the wealthier trend followers and the better trend followers are billionaires, millionaires and billionaires. So we're in the right field where we should be if we want to take control of ourselves and fire our bosses and kind of get out of this system of slavery, so to speak. All right, so let's just keep trading to our best. Let's keep taking signals. Here's RUBI. You guys know this thing. We love this thing for so long. This thing's been on here for so long. Continues to be a freaking huge winner. Just looks like all the textbook stuff. When we pull out the time frame, you need to pan out your time frame so you can see what prices are looking like and where can we go. The only how you know what you're doing with a stock or where prices could be, you can only tell by where prices have gone before, and that's the only how you can tell where prices may be trying to go. So when we get a good picture of where prices may be trying to go, we take a safe entry and we sit tight and we manage risk inside of uptrends that have momentum. It's that simple. Let's see how much room RUBI's going to take back, man. From this stock, we were entering this stock down here at $2 and $3, you guys. Look how much. Talking about home runs, here goes another one. We were entering this thing at $2 and $3 and $4. Look at this stock now. Look how much ground that we have covered. Look how prices have reversed here. All right, this is a no-brainer. If this thing even attempts to take back 7, 8, well, we're in 7 already. We're in 7 and change. If this thing even attempts to take 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out, my God, guys, this is an award-winning process that we're dealing with. All right, when you get enough money in your accounts and you manage risk, you should be able to start trading some very wealthier and very healthier position sizing. You know, let's grow ourselves in this league. All right, CSLT, this is thing kind of looking funny. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm waiting to see. All right, prices is looking really awkward. I don't know, we're still in an uptrend, but price is just looking really awkward. I don't know what's going to happen there. All right, CSLT, BRFS, this Brazilian meat thing, and I saw something else from Brazil. I think it was ELP, like in a Brazilian electricity. BRFS, we've been looking at this thing for a long time. Here we are, kind of up in this corner, in this top, over these new yearly. See where over these prices in the last year was the highest price in this last year was this price over here to the far left. We're over that, so we're very bullish now. Okay, so let's stay long. I like BRFS for long. You can stop yourself out below 750. Okay, BRFS looking really well. Let's keep it moving along. See right there in that top right, man. A lot of stuff in the top right. And just because it's in the top right now, what I'm trying to say is we haven't only just bought it because it's in the top right, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when you look at these really wonderful charts, and we're going to look at, one right now. All right, let's just say something. So you guys saw that BRFS. I like that thing long. I like that thing for continuation. FLNT, when you look at a beautiful chart like this and you say, man, that looks gorgeous. Well, we're good trend followers. We take entries when things start breaking out. We don't wait all year long. So we may have been long at this point of the chart. You look at the chart and say, we've been long since here. We've enjoyed this whole move and we're still sitting tight. That's good trend following. That's the way we're trading, guys. That's home runs. All right. So FLNT, I like for continuation. Look at that trajectory. And in the near future, I don't know what the stock's going to be. I wouldn't bet against the stock going the other way. So let's keep, I like this thing strong. FLNT looks really good, man. Let's put a stop below 685 here, okay? FLNT looking gorgeous. TNDM, talking about home runs. Talking about home runs. Does anyone remember? You know what? Man, I'm not going to say I'm the best in this field, but I'm darn good, man. We were taking entries back here on TNDM. Excuse me. We were taking entries back here on TNDM. $7 and $8. $7 and $8. You're talking about a home run, right? And what made us figure, oh, this could possibly be a home run? We were looking to the left to see where prices curling. Okay, prices are curling. We could possibly getting ready to challenge these prices over here. home run hit right here, TNDM. And as you see, I'm not betting against this thing. I like this pattern. We're just in continuation. You see this uptrend here, uptrend, and when prices pull back, you just see this pattern just continuing. We're in a clear uptrend here. I'm long TNDM. Talking about home runs, we were taking entries back at $6 and $7. This is a $70 stock from a $6 and $7 entries, and we showed you these things. And no one can lie and say we didn't show you these stocks almost a year. However long? What time was this? Back in June and July of this year when TNDM was back at $8. Okay. We were looking at this thing. Go back and check my shows. So if anyone was watching this criteria and thought I was just a big joke, and you bought, how about buying 1,000 shares at $7 or buying 1,000 shares at $8 and you still have that position right now? That's a $67,000 position, a $67,000 position. All right. All right, let's just get that understood, okay? TEUM, I like TNDM for continuation. Stop yourself out below that trend there we just looked at. TEUM for continuation. This thing pulled back, got really sluggish. I don't have a giant position, so I'm not aching and painting at every turn of the wheel. So I like this thing, TEUM, to cover ground. I like to sit long inside this thing. I believe prices remain bullish with this trend, and we start knocking prices over here and here. All right, and if you pan out your time frame to get an idea, like TNDM, all the other home runs we hit, you can have a good idea of where prices are going. So we're long TEUM. Don't be surprised if this is a $20, $30 stock 6 months from now. And I will be long 6 months from now, okay? And I will be long at 30. And I will be long at 40 from where I'm at now, okay? TEUM for continuation. I like it. Stop yourself out below this bar of price action below 4, okay? 415. All right. VIPS looks kind of decent. All right, I don't want to be here all night. All right, I know we got a lot of stocks to look at. We just can't skip over everything. We need to know what the hell we're doing here, okay? VIPS looks halfway decent. All right, look at this thing curling. Look at price. All right, to the left, you guys know the deal here. We're looking for prices to start curling, prices to start getting bullish, and we're looking to the left to see what prices we're knocking over, okay? I just showed you guys a $67,000 position right here on Trend Following with Tyson. This is no hocus pocus. This is no furu business, okay? It's all right here. It's all right here on the show. You can go back and all you have to do is press play. AMD, I like for longs for continuation. Very bullish stock here, and I like what we're doing, okay? Look at that 5 and in 5 years where we're at here, man. We're extremely bullish, okay? I don't need anyone to tell me that we are or we not. Price will tell its story itself. And if you're listening to anything other than price, man, you are making a big tomfoolery mistake, all right? I know you guys remember us showing you ZIXI. Here's ZIXI, very productive in price. We liked it because this kind of trajectory at curling, and look at what we have, all right? Just goes to show you, don't question price. Just trade price, all right? Just buy price. ZIXI long, let's look at ELP and FNKO, and then we'll close it up. ELP looking really, really, really good. I think this is some British electricity. Not British, I'm sorry. Brazilian electricity, kind of like that Brazilian meat. So ELP I like for long. For continuation, let's stop ourselves out. Remember, when prices gap up, how many times have we seen prices gap up and go for a humongous continuation after that? All right, so I like this thing long with the stop below 1099, below 11, okay? ELP for continuation. All right, beautiful stuff here, guys. Remember, trade safe, all right? Trade safe. Remember what we heard from Stanley Druckenmiller: preservation of capital and home runs. That means protect your ass, but hit these home runs. And if we're not hitting home runs, you know what? You guys are smoking some good stuff, because, I mean, we are hitting some, whoa, home runs, serious, big time. All right, FNKO, I like this for continuation, and this thing could be in the top right soon. Don't go against price. We're obviously bullish here, okay? You don't need any gurus or any furus or any idiots on stock twits or any idiots on Twitter to tell you anything other than what price is telling you, okay? I like FNKO for continuation, GLDD, and then we'll close up with GLDD. This is like some Great Lakes, some manufacturing construction equipment or something like that, okay? So we'll close it up, man. Thank you, guys. Let's trade safe, and don't forget, protect your ass, and let's make good money, fire our bosses, be made men, and beautiful stuff. All right, have a safe march, and let's have a safe May, June. Have a safe May, and let's keep trading our asses off. All right, protect your ass, and let's keep hitting home runs, guys. See you next week.